topic of future-ready curriculum, if you don't mind. But this is the whole thing about envisioning the future and things to come in later time. We got to be ready in terms of curriculum and the university model. I've got to speed up where we have the bigger picture in mind, where the purpose of education is actually not only to produce human resource or workforce, but we have a bigger responsibility to produce our, what do you call this, people who are having intellectual, spiritually, emotionally, and physically balanced. So 50 years from now, with the advancement of technology, if we are not careful, if we don't plan well, we may be producing engineers who doesn't really have the human aspect, and things are so much more mechanized. Yeah. That is why in Malaysia we have the KPT, the MOHE, focusing on the holistic entrepreneurial and balanced graduate, and this will be valid all time. And we got to stick to this principle where the holistic graduates will have values based in them, so that we still keep to our human nature. Yeah. And in designing the curriculum, I still see we still need the PEOs and POs, no matter when in time we are. And of course, we got to look forward to what will be coming in terms of the STEEP analysis, the social and demographic, technology, economy, environment and nature, political and legal. For example, now due to the environment and nature, we've got COVID and we got to change by force. And now things are coming in, the online teaching and so on, that may affect the quality of education. So the fourth industrial revolution, as we all know, currently is not only affecting the cyber physical system, but it is actually a social revolution. And in future, due to the technology and things coming in, I know we are now still probably, some of us are still in education 2.0. You're saying about 50 years from now, I would envision things are done on a much more modern, and it will lead to the, what do you call, the future universities. Maybe we will be obsolete by then, where stackable credentials versus university degrees, and there will be a paradigm shift. You don't really need the degree, but just a certification, micro credential, and it is happening now. So if we don't change, we will be changed and will be rendered obsolete. Yeah? So this is how we should look at things. People are already going, moving away from the traditional courses offered by all these universities. And we know things will change. I've got 1 minute, is it, Prof. Siti? And in terms of economy, if our grades are not prepared, we will be overtaken by our neighbors. Yeah? The engineers from the Philippines will come in because of our Dublin, Sydney, and Washington Accord has allowed for them to come in freely to the country. When they come from an accredited degree, from those signatory countries, they're entitled to be registered with the Board of Engineers. And as we know, the population is decreasing. Malaysia, when I was born at that time, the birth rate is really high. Now it has reduced much more. And we've got to look at all this, and we are facing the effect now. Yeah. And I can give you some statistics. In Malaysia, we have the birth rate. Yeah, this is our year, Prof. Siti. Your year, maybe 41 per 1,000 population. Currently, our children are producing only 16 kids per 1,000 population. And the worrying thing is about The target in 1967, we were supposed to have 60% in the science stream and 40% in the arts stream. But in reality, the reality is 2080 in 2016. And those qualified to enter the university dropped year by year since 2016. For example, at UKM, we used to have enrollment of 454. At the moment, it's only 335. We projected 489. There's still empty spaces, vacancies for students to come in, but they're just not qualified. The application is still quite a lot actually. And based on the requirement of 1 engineer per 1,000 actually population, with the population of 32 million, we are expected to have 300,000 engineers. So with the GDP per capita of 1,011K USD, we require 700 engineers per million population, 22,943. This is where we are now. Japan, the per capita is higher, and they have the line is where this is a guide on how many engineers, professional engineers you need for the country based on this graph. And our per capita is about 9,000, so we need about 700 engineers per million population. At the moment, we engineers still short of the 300,000 target. And how do we handle our the 17 SDG goals and without enough engineers? So in future, we really need to back up. I mean, from now, design the curriculum to suit for the future needs. That's about all. And thank you, Prof.